What's up, everybody? Hello, test. Why is it so quiet? Check. There we go. Check. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Alchemy. Today, you and me are going to be getting down on some sound design stuff.
Are you ready?
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to probably just open up with some bass stuff and have some fun. It's a cool little Wednesday. Hopefully all of you guys are doing good, and feel free to ask questions or make requests for things that you would like to see. But I'm just feeling like I need to flex some of my bass making skills, as I feel like I have not really done a lot of productive stuff with it lately. So let's begin. Yeah. How's it going? How's life? I cannot hear that. Okay, at first I thought I was going deaf, but I was like, what the fuck? I'm not going deaf. I just can't hear. Ready for the weekend? Is there anything interesting happening on the weekend? Master clock device not present. What? Hello. So for whatever reason, um, hold on one sec. Nah, man, I'm never that locked in. So I think what happened was, sorry, I'm getting this set up, but uh, whenever I switched Bitwig to to this interface, it reset it and it locked out OBS. And so this is why I have a double, like I have multiple mics now. So that way if something goes wrong, I don't have to reset my whole computer. But this means I have to put a shirt on. Shut up. Nobody say anything. Because now I've got my other mic locked in, which is the DJI Mic 3. The quality isn't as good as the SM7B, but sometimes that happens and I don't know why. And it drives me crazy. But how's this? Is the mic quality okay? All right, sweet. So, yeah, I was just explaining that now we can resample this and throw this through some more racks and try to get some other interesting things. All right, so let's open this up with some saturation, then we'll do a couple of notches here. But yeah, what's up, everybody? How's it going? It's pretty sick. Now for these guys, I'm gonna back off of this just a little bit, just because this sound right here is a little too nasally. Yeah, that sounds a little better. Sweet. There's one of these that I want to look at, which, what did we do here? Looks like we pretty much just combined the same stuff from before. So this looks like this was like a beef rack. And then this is the neural processing rack. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. How do we get this? This was 2 sine waves with some FM stuff. Same thing here. So it looks like I've just been incorporating this like rack approach along with other processing chains and then doing like another one or something. Because what is this? Yeah, it's just like doing it again. Except these aren't on. So really the only thing that we did to get here was just this one. Interestingly enough. Interessante. Cool. It's kind of finicky because like 100 to 200 hertz is literally this big. And so this region right here, 100 to 1K is like the most important thing. But I think, yeah, I can spread that out. So there's that. That gives me a little more wiggle room to work with. I just wish that I could set this to be pre-configured to like have the scale always pop back up where I last left it. Because really slice EQ is the only, like I'm almost only doing filtering with this half the time. Okay. So we're just going to make this morph and see what it does. Okay. We'll add one of these guys and do a separate one here. That way this can come in and do some cuts here. Let's try monster basses. Cool. So here we can do another one and then have a different kind of distortion. The table shaper, man, is just so good. Cool. So now we can do the ting. Give this a little boosty in the lows. Give this a little dippy here. Boost the high end a bit. This will give this a little bit more presence in the high end. Cool. So that's a really nice starting point for just getting some interesting movement. And I would be comfortable with coming back and just editing some of this as well and just placing this in different positions. I'm going to do one more here and see if I can just get like a general sound, or a general vowel rather, on top of this. And what is this? Yeah, well, I suppose we could use that and just push it up a little bit by just a few semitones, kind of like that. That makes it a little bit more deeper. I don't know if you can tell the difference or not, but So let's open up with this and do some more cutting. Pretty cool. Got some nice vowels over that now. And then we'll try to use this to balance the sound out a bit. Pretty sick. I feel like it's pretty similar to the last one that I just pulled up and made. And a lot of times I just try to do a refresh from these to nah, that sounds way different. I think that with this, I don't think that I did as much filtering. For one. Yeah. And then here, is this even on? I suppose it is, but yeah, this is just pure aggression. And then we don't even have that filter on. So I think if I were to not have the low end filtering or the top end filtering going on, it'd probably sound pretty similar. But yeah. Is there anything that you all want to see? Or anything that you all would like me to show you or to demonstrate? Demonstrate. Now, I'm trying to remember if... Yeah, so I haven't even been doing the band passing stuff as of late. I've just been making like ultra fat sounds and then using this stuff to try to take that out. Actually, I want to use a wavetable. Maybe we can do a more interesting wavetable just to see what happens. It's looking very squarified. Seek your advice about organizing your presets to pattern this helps stay a lot more organized. Yeah, for sure. We'll apply just a little bit of randomization to this. Uh, Default, undo, undo, this, default. Pull this up here. And now we can start to build on that. All right, what just happened? Okay, let me take a look at what I did on this one again. Excuse me. Okay, so I did do a vowel growl, and I did also push the low end up. I wasn't sure if I did or not, but apparently I did. I did. And then I guess on this, it was just kind of like a pumping thing to help give that, okay. Yeah, I'm caught up. Nice. What's cool about this is there's a slight subtle random timbre from this because I have this random set to be jumping in between. Although I don't really want this one, I just want this one. Maybe not, maybe I do, but I don't want them to be like together. I want them to be completely opposite, so. And so with that, now if I wanted to grab a filter. That's pretty dope. I'm curious though if I had this going on while I was doesn't seem like it, but I'm curious as to what was giving this that crazy high end. It's just a saturator, a clipper. Maybe it was, oh, that might be part of it. Interesting. Huh. Huh? Okay. Still sounds pretty badass, but it needs a little more. And then maybe the comb filter. Because I wanted to create a variation off of that preset. we go. That's a little more closer to. It's really interesting how much of a role that can play into this. It's a pretty dope sound though. So taking that into account. And then we only want shit. We only want this half. So let me turn this off and this, and let's see what happens if I throw this in again. It's pretty dope. Crazy. Jesus, dude. Straight up fart noises. That's pretty nice though. This is still malleable, so like we can, excuse me, we could add some custom stuff to this. So for example, if we were to do like another slice EQ and focus more on notches, maybe like one boost, but something like this, I think. Just kind of split that. And then run that through an actual notch. Yeah, that sounds like 10 times better already. Sorry. It's pretty dope. Trying to see if I can get a blend between these now to make it sound a little bit chunkier without making the top end too annoying. Yeah, and all this really takes to get it sounding a little bit more alive is just like a room, kind of like this, and can make it sound pretty nice. See, it kind of brought it back. Just wanted to try another one and see what that may have sounded like, but I think it's fine without it. Cool. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess like when it comes to bass design and stuff, as of late, I've just been trying to like get lost and not like lost as in like, oh fuck, this is sounding terrible again, but just trying to experiment with different stuff and basically know that whatever I want to come out on top later down the line will sound interesting. And having all the tools and the wherewithal to do so is kind of the name of the game lately. Because on one end, I don't want to keep on making the same stuff, but I also feel like there's so many checkpoints that I've ran into that sound um, like cool places to add variation to, you know? So yeah, what do you guys want to do next? I can do, let's do one more bass and then I'll do like some atmosphere stuff, maybe. How's that sound? Sound good? Sound good. Sound good? Sound good. Oh man, I'm so sorry. It was like 104 yesterday. It's actually cloudy today. It's 87 right now in Vegas. It says that it's 94, but oh wait, it just updated. So, but yeah, we've got light rain and stuff. Hey, what's up? How do I say that? Pecador? 805? Forgive me if I butchered your name. Okay. So we want the ring mods. Band pass. Same thing here. See if we can get some interesting tables in here to start fucking this up. Yeah, welcome, bro. Although, I prefer you call me Hermano over Mijo. Unless if you're an OG grandpa. Hey, Aro, what's up? That has that cool like FM sound, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a little bit of thickness to this. Yeah, that sounds pretty sick. So I always wanted to know, who is Avin? Avin is a really cool guy that used to come in here. And how do I know Spanish? I grew up in LA. I don't know Spanish, but I understand a lot of it. But I would not start speaking fluently. But yeah, so Avin was a guy that used to come in a lot during COVID when I was streaming to Twitch a lot, and he would just always be here, and he gave me a lot of ideas for stuff and helped me come up with a tune that I wrote in 2020. And yeah, he's just a good guy. So a lot of stuff has been like from him being in chat, and I just like name stuff after him. Because that's what we do here, was we make friends, you know? Don't be surprised if you see like a preset or something named after one of you all or whatever, because a lot of times I don't have a name for things and I'm just like, oh, let's name this after them. Yeah, it's not really anything special, but just like a cool way to, honor people that are in here. So I'm gonna see if I can just give this a little bit of push. Dang, that totally made that sound like something completely different, which is really cool. Pretty sick. I'm gonna put this past the clipper. Then I'm going to get into some more shaping or multi-band distortion here to try to make something else that could be interesting. Let's try a Requiem 3 table. Cornicle! What was I thinking? I don't know. Yo. Okay, chill. Okay. Yeah, please remind me to talk it out, because I don't mind. It's just sometimes I get locked in and I stop talking. Oh, there's a nasty click in that. In a bad way. So most of these are just a little bit too much. So I'm just searching for something that has a more gentle curve. And it might not benefit me to actually do that, to be honest, just because whatever it is that I send, or what I could do is just send this through another softer. Yeah, it doesn't need it. It's already got plenty. I feel that. Explain like I'm 5. So this stuff is like, these are just like small things that aren't really even necessary to the sound, but they give it a little bit of extra character. You don't want this to be too resonant, because otherwise it's going to create just a pure sine wave at 240, but sometimes this can just help give the low mids a cool little peak. And for this guy, I usually do a mid side here and just push the sides up with the high end, or the mid highs right on this. That's pretty thick. And boy, the thick boy. And something else that we can do is grab one of these guys and set this to company reference. That's so dope. How to do what's a bomb 808? Like falling 808, like a pitch bend 808, like boo. Yes, I do. Have you had a chance to check out the IR reverb called Ava? No, I haven't even heard of it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like this better. There's like more stuff that I can do with this, to be honest. So if we send this through a disprove rack, which is basically another copy of this, but without the external stuff like this. That's a bit much, to be honest, but like a sick, nasty 808. Yeah. Oh, bomb, like a good 808. Yeah. I got you. Give me like 1 second and let me finish. Let me wrap this up and then I'll show you how to do 808s. So even though I wouldn't use the doot 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 in this, sometimes it sounds nice when they like move together, and so resampling that into something else would be pretty cool. Let me just add an OTT over this and see if okay, yeah, it's not needed. Let's see what this sounds like if we throw some other rack through this though, just for proof of concept. That's funny. How about Chungus? Oh, this doesn't have any modulation built into it, so let's try something like this. That's pretty dope. Yeah. Welcome back, Riley. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Okay, let me save this and then I'll talk about 808s. What's your genre? Because a lot of 808s that I use are very dependent on the genre. What's the name of those zombies from Minecraft? Creeper? Don't ask. I don't know. So let me just show you some shit. Depending on what you're going for, sometimes it might benefit you from not having a crazy like 808 quote unquote. So for example, for a track like this, the sub on this is just pretty much like a saturated 808. Hold on one second. This is a big project, so we'll start from here, and then you'll be able to hear the bass a little better. It's gonna be loud, by the way. Sorry here. So like the bass on the sub on this is literally just, where is it? Shit's tripping. What the fuck? What the fuck? Is it not this? No, it's not that. Sorry, I'm looking for it. Drums. Where's the sub? What the fuck? Hey, nah, what? Intro. Is this in the drums? There's no way. There's no way this shit is in the drums. Bro, what the fuck? Yeah, this should be the bass right here. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, my bad. Okay, here you go. This is literally just the sub that I've used. So if you're just looking for something that's functional for something like drum and bass or like dubstep or whatever, you don't need a crazy like, whoa, you know what I mean? It's more about the stuff that's on top, which is the call and response of this stuff. And a lot of the energy is actually coming from the drums as well, but there's these little inflections here from these basses. So there's that. But let's pitch it over to like a pocket track. That's like a completely different headspace for production. This is just something that I've been doing for Instagram lately. Thank you. So this has a thicker 808, but I've mixed it in a very peculiar way, which I'll open this up and show you, but this is what this sounds like. And this is like way less along, so it's more of a raw track, but
Switch.
like this is just a reed. Yeah, it's more for the memes, but this is a Reese, so you detune like a huge saw stack and take out the low end, then you put a clean saw wave that has nothing but the low end, and you put a low pass over the whole thing, distort it, add some white noise over the top via ring mod, and then use a huge notch to get that cool like and then I saturate it again, and that's what gives it that. And then as far as the sub goes for the 808, I'm pretty sure it's just this, which I'll show you a different version as well, but kind of the same thing. If you add a third harmonic to a sub, then you get that, and that's what helps like this bite through on speakers. And so this is just providing noise, this is just some saturation, and this is just cleaning it up to where I don't want to hear that whoom. So, you know, this would be ultra clean, and then without it, see, it's like it's kind of like now barely noticeable on a phone or something. So that gives it a little bit of thickness, then we distort it again. And then this will bring and give some texture. So, and then we have a pitch bend here that gives it the like, whoom. Let me show you this, which is like pocket 5. You have to set it to mono, and then there's a little glide thing at the bottom. So I think this is like a really low sub, and this was just something that I recently figured out how to do, but I really like these guys because they hit below where you normally would put a fundamental, but that's how you get like that really cool. So with this, you play an octave that like C1 or C-1, and you just make it bend. But glide is over here, and then you can set it to always if you want. Yeah. So there's that. You want to set the polyphony to 1. If it's legato like this, then that means that no matter what, it's going to always be legato. And I usually just set it to retrigger, so that way it only does the portamento whenever I play a second note. And then you can set it here as well. But as you can see, it's the same this doesn't even have the third harmonic, it's just distortion and ring mod. Like the key to good 808s is to not overcook the distortion, because otherwise it just starts to sound like a square. And that can sometimes be not so great. But something that is interesting to give this its texture is that I'm colliding, or I'm clipping the kick and the sub together, and that's what's giving it that breaking sound. Yeah, so there's that. As far as getting interesting 808s go, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Like for one, if you were to, let me just show you this. If you were to take like a vocal or something, let me just find one from like Metal Gear. Sure.
Merrill, the engineer's
Yeah, okay, so like a voice like this, right? And you throw this in here, and you pitch this like way the fuck down. And we'll distort it. You can get some really interesting stuff like that. We just want to make sure that we set it to mono. And then you can actually start to do some cool like some cool things with this, especially if you start looping it. We'll just do this. You can grab an EQ and force a fundamental essentially. So let's say I want this to be G. Actually, now that's in C, C sharp, but see, like you can create just some crazy fucking 808 shit like that. So that's one option if you like doing things that way. However, with this, if we start here, turn this down, shaper table, do this. Then what you can also do after you add the ring mod, and we need this for giving some texture to work with on the high end, then you can actually start to break this into separate things like this and start doing some very interesting things. So if you change this to parallel, then we have two copies of the same source. But what we can do is we can go in here and start adding like crazy fucking distortion shapes. So I don't know, something like this. And then I'm going to solo this and move this here and start to turn this down. could even do something like that if you wanted to. Saturate them together. There's so much more that you can do with this as well. So, for example, yeah, I agree. It's hard to figure out what to do with that sometimes. If you want to make it like a little more traditional, like the wide 808 that's in like bounce and stuff, you can take this off and just focus on this. Just that little guy right there. And you can kind of hear it, yeah? And that's how you can get that cool, like, wide sound. We might need to stack a couple of these to get it a little louder, but and so now you've got this like really clean signal with this really nice low end. And so if you have it like to where it's one of those like kick 808 type things, then we want to set this to here. We'll set this here. And then we'll give this a little bit of hold. And that's how we have that like cool bouncy like trap 808.
Yeah.
And then of course, if you want to make it a little cleaner, you can always back off with the ring mod. Try maybe another instance of this. You can do that too if you like. It's a bit much, but so yeah, that's how I make 808s. Anybody else have any questions about stuff? Do you have any questions? Tell me your curiosities. Um, oh, I said I was gonna do like atmospheres and stuff, so we could do that. Doom, doom, doom. Remap. Spink. There we go. Oh, I showed you a couple when you first asked me. And then before you came in, I was doing nothing but like super heavy neuro shit. How about loving and respectful? Huh? Dude, what? Dude, what? How are you finding the new update to Big? It's pretty dope. I'm a big fan. What? No worries, big dog. I'm down to see some atmospheric stuff. Well, I'm curious as to like what specifically, what kind of Reese are you talking about? Look, man, I spend most of my days making Reese's, so if somebody asks about a Reese, I'm like, what are you? What are you buying? I also have a billion tutorials on just about everything you want to know. Okay, this isn't going to be like your typical atmospheric stuff that is meant to be. I'm actually just going to set this one to a standard wavetable. Sorry, getting sidetracked. But yeah, this is going to be more for like abstract textures and stuff. Excuse me. Okay, so what we're going to do is pretty much the same thing that I did with. Excuse me. Fuck. Okay, we've got a selector template here, so this will cycle through these respectively. And what I think we're going to do is just have a couple of different things in here that will be generative. I'll make one, but I don't really see a reason to do like 5 different ones all at once right now. Let's do another one. Snap heap. Sure. And then on this one, we'll do this one from scratch. So we'll cycle all the way over to here. Hey, Fudge, what's up? We need some randoms. No, retrigger always. Reverb. Pitch shifter. No. Pitch shifter. Put it up here. Let's throw that into the fray. Small amounts of distortion, not the whole thing, but just to give it some beef at certain points. Oh God. Actually, yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine. Let's do some filtering. And we can start doubling up on some of the other stuff. We could do things like that. Start fucking with a dual delay. Convolution. Sure. Generative sound design? No, it's just what you're coming into. I did a lot of bass design and now I'm making something that's more in the realm of generative / atmospheric. Let's get some reverbs mixed in with each other. Pretty sick. Let's add some OTT. Some shaper table. Let's back off with high end because I know that some of this other stuff that's going to get in here is going to be insane. But so now we can use this selector to mix in between all of these different generative things. This one right here kind of keeps the same source material, which is nice, but let's go ahead and maybe make this at like 7 and spread this out. Pretty sick, huh? Actually, man, that as a pad was fucking awesome. So a lot of times if I like find something that sounds cool, then I can just throw that into the sampler here, try to get it to detect whatever key that's in. Just say root note. Doesn't always work so well. That's one thing I still don't like about Bitwig is the looping, or the sampler is the looping and like points of this. It's just like super weird. So yeah, I mean, if we were to get something like ROM in here, so something else that could be fun that we could try is maybe set this to like E flat Phrygian and try the spectral mode on here with the re-pitching or whatever. That's pretty sick too. Oh God, why did that get so much louder? Like, that's pretty sick. In a world full of tacos, one man, one journey into space. So yeah, just having little generative things like this can lead down some very interesting roads. And it's part of what's cool about it. Like, that was super sick. And this is honestly like one of the only ways that I find myself like finding interesting melodic material these days. But shit like this, sorry, even just something like this can sometimes be like all you need to start a track. Maybe like this. Yeah, it's basically pitch map. Sick. So if we have something that kind of matches up with that, I'm not going to start a track today because I don't feel like it, but it's kind of what that sounds like. Or close to it anyway. Can like add some glide to this, set this here. It'd probably be cool to have this. I'll use like a slice EQ to try to control this, but to have it like a little bit more. Yeah, the slice EQ will just try to pull up some of the mid highs back. And we can use the notch to take out some of the other stuff on here. It's pretty dope. Yeah. I've spent so much money on software in the last 2 months, I have no regrets. I think that's what's important, is just not regretting what you purchased. You know what I mean? Yeah, just like that could totally be a song. Bought a $70 USB hub for my MacBook, and the USB ports are fried. They're fried, my guy. What happened? How did you fry them? I bought the entire kilohertz bundle and serum too. Oh, man, you guys have seen me use Faceplant. Well, a lot of you, not all of you, but I've been using Faceplant since 2019. And it is still to this day the best sound design software I have ever come across. For some stupid reason, I foolishly threw out the box and ignored it for a month. Oh no. So you can't even get it fixed? Fuck, bro. There is a way that you can reset your USB ports. That is a thing, but that fucking blows. I actually had to buy um another miniature interface because my Bitwig Connect does not work with Discord. And so like teaching lessons and stuff has been a pain in the fucking ass from that. And I don't know why, but there's some kind of like sync issue with the Connect that does not let me. Yeah, to be honest, guys, I've had nothing but issues with the Bitwig Connect, unfortunately. I think that it was really cool on paper, but they sent me like 3 different ones and we could not get this figured out, and I do not know what the fuck is wrong with this device. But on M1, just reboot the hub itself. It's just reboot. Oh, the hub itself is the issue. Gotcha. Well, hopefully the USB hub will work for you, because that fucking blows. A computer without ports is like a dud, you know? Have you guys played Metal Gear Solid 2? A dud. All right. So we did some atmosphere stuff. I do want to save this patch because I'm going to pull it up later for other things, which is really nice. But there's just a ton of shit that we can get from this. Yeah, I feel that. That's what I was hoping you'd say. Maybe we can do another one of these, but one that's a little softer. I love that line from MGS2. I'm so glad somebody else knows that. Do it. A computer without ports is like a broken pencil. Point. Look. Get out. Get the fuck out. I'm just kidding. That was bad. Actually, it was good, but that was bad. Get out of town. The Stab Transient Shaper plugin will be my next purchase. I can't pass it up. I honestly don't feel like it's that good. I do have it, and you all might notice that I never use it. Like, ever. It's cool, but if you already have a transient shaper, like in Bitwig or something, like it really does not make that big of a difference. Unless if you think that your drums are better than mine, to which I will take your word for it. But I do feel like, for the most part, it's not overhyped, but if you already have a transient shaper, to me it doesn't I wouldn't buy it. Luckily I did not buy it, but I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it anyways. Would not buy it anyways. Although I will say something that I'm actually messing around with is I have a gold clip, because I heard Golden Child talking about it, which you guys should check out that interview. Actually, everyone, please, please, if you get some free time, go watch that interview. I did it with Golden Child yesterday. Get that video some views and show him some support, because That guy's a big time producer, and he's really pioneering the whole pocket beat scene right now. Do you remember the Kilohertz One soft synth? Yes, I do. I remember the one. I seen it. Will Kilohertz Transient Shaper plus Multipass do the same thing? Yes, just not as clean. That's the only thing. It would, but it wouldn't be as clean. But in some cases, it would be better because Stab um, doesn't have sustain reduction. So, like, this doesn't have, like, this can only push the transient. So it doesn't have any sustain control, which I think is silly, but whatever. I would say that this is probably pretty clean in comparison, but I mean, yeah, there's multiple. It's just multi-band transient shaping. But why? Why, in the first place? You know what I'm saying? I was making snares the other day. Yesterday, I was teaching somebody about drums and shit, and like some of the stuff that we got. Hold up. Yesterday. This is gonna be loud. Hold up. Like, I mean, you guys have heard my drums. You don't need a multi-band transient shaper to get like super schmacks. That's how I felt when I demoed Spiff. Pretty cool when I'm actually going to use it over a normal transient plugin. Yeah, makes sense. I think that Bitwig's transient shaper is hella nice. This is just, it gives me everything that I want. And for the most part, I do use transient shapers on snares, but I almost never do them on kicks. So like snares, claps, rim shots, yes. But in terms, and even like hi-hats, the only thing that I usually ever use those for is reducing the transient, if anything. That's a lot. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the level of all of these. So that way, if I just want a clean sound, I can do that. It's cool. I don't necessarily feel like it makes that big of a difference, but really what I was chasing was that like bump sound in kicks. And what I've realized is that it's ironically actually about not removing the transient, but adding a little bit of attack to the kick itself. So let me see here. Bump kick acoustic. Okay, so something like this. is more about this little thing right here. This. Because when you have this, it has that top end, but when you have a little bit of attack like this, then that's how you get that cool, like, interesting stuff. And then you can change the kick like this. And that's how you get that nice, like, stompy, thick boy. So you don't even need transient shaping for that. You need to just, like, not do this. You know what I mean? But the whole point of it was throwing gold clip on there, which this is just a demo. I haven't bought this or anything, but turning this off, turning this up. Like, it sounds good, but if I were to just do this with an over, like, it doesn't sound that much different. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, Grim? There's like some very, very small detail in here that does make it sound a little bit better. But to be honest with you, the bitwig clipper is fucking nice, and you don't have to. Yeah, like it might give you a little bit of an edge, but it's not so significant that you're gonna be like, ah, I need that. I need that, Playboy. You know. What's up, Grim? How are you, bro? Perfect, man. You just like caught my performance where I was playing tequila on repeat for 6 hours. Just making some like atmospheric generative stuff at the moment. We did some bass earlier. We did not do drums today. I've been spending so much time on drums off stream that I cannot be bothered to make another fucking kick at the moment. But we're just kind of hanging, doing sound design stuff. I appreciate that. I try. I really don't want there to be... Yeah. I really don't want that click to be there. I'll find some other wavetables to throw into that in a second, but for now we can just do some other stuff. Sure. Hope you're not a bus driver. I hope you're not a bus driver. Was it the one that Venus Theory and Ben Jordan we're looking at the other day? Because if it was, I was not impressed. Like, at all. No, but I am a bus driver. The wheels on the bus go round it. Round. Wheels on the... Just kidding. Yeah, that's what they were reviewing, and I didn't think that was anything special. So far, the only thing that's been interesting in the last few days to me have been mesh. And there's another modular, Mario's thing, the modular thing has been interesting, but there's another guy that's been making stuff. I can't remember what it's called, but it's another modular thing, but not nearly as in depth. But I was like, oh, that sounds kind of okay. Multi-band synth is kind of, yeah, I agree. Always. And forever. I think that's what I was just talking about. Hyperfield. That's that other modular thing, right? You can make UVI rumble in phase plant. Very, very cool. Very cool. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask if you've done any cool things with mesh since the stream. I have not, but that's because there's a new update that's coming out that I'm waiting for Mike to whip out. But he's just being super hush hush about it. Which is okay, but I'm like, yo, just put out the next update. Let us fuck with it. And he's like, I can't, bro. I'm doing cool shit. And I'm like, fine. 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 It's gonna be sick though. I also found this big ass sampler called Ultra. That's cool. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Let Mike cock. Oh, wait. Let Mike cook. Excuse me. I told my coworker I am a groove generator, not a musician. I don't see anything wrong with that, to be honest. That seems fine. You could be whatever you want to be. Except when you grow up, then you have to pay bills. Fuck. Fucking truth bomb right there, man. Sad. Okay, for this guy, we're going to float around here. We need a remap because I want this to either just be on or off. Hard ass quote. Yeah. Yeah. It makes me sad. Not the bills. Well, don't you come with like some kind of rocket launcher or something? No, I got these. Action bills. It's one of my favorite Aqua Teen Hunger Force episodes. That shit is just so unhinged. How pretty. Sweet. Heart of Vlad. Nice, Ian. Castlevania references. Let's try Gilgamesh. When I grow up, I want to be divorced full time. Hell yeah. Or you could just like not get married. Probably need something to control that because that was a little scary. So we'll just back off of the high end here and maybe add some release. Oh, I haven't set these up yet. No wonder. I was like, why is this so abrasive? There we go. Get a smoking babe. Get yourself a smoking babe. Get yourself a smoking babe, laddie. Hundred per Kent. Yeah, dog. 100%. That's actually pretty funny. Hey, no doubt, man. 100%. She has 100 million power in Rise of Kingdoms. She's got 1,000 free pulls in. Oh fuck! What is it, guys? What's the Raid Shadow Legends? I'm crime. Huh? 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 I read that as I'm crime. daughter. Sunwave. Praise the sun. Suppose it would also be cool to start here. Sorry for the sibilance. I think that this mic that I have is pretty I just turned off the mic. I'm back on again. There should be a way for me to turn on the noise cancellation. I guess it's already on. Can you guys hear that? I'm snapping. How about this? Oh shit, you weren't supposed to hear that. Fuck. You're fine here. Ooh, thanks. But am I fine over there? Son? What the fuck is going on with chat? You guys good? I'm fucked over there. Wouldn't be the first time. The way he's reacting reminds me of the old virtual riot streams. Hey, let me tell you something, okay? I am my own individual with my own personality, okay? All right? What's that 420 thing you're talking about that I've never heard of that? Is that another thing of your stupid memes, young people these days? I don't get it anymore. Oh, that doesn't sound like me. Or rather, I don't sound like that. Thank you very much. Over here on some bullshit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna swap this one out because this one sounds kind of samey. Let's try this one. Oh, that was sick. I need to record that. I'm like probably never going to make that sound again in my lifetime. So we need to make sure that we get that. Wah. That's fucking awesome. Away. Say hello. Yeah, lots of like really cool sounds in here for either sound effects or like cool eerie ways to start minimal tracks. It's like a child crying. Ooh, that's nice. Hell yeah. Effects. This will be effects select selc effects cell. This is FM Wavwi FM Quav. Hell yeah. Getting banana bread at work, dude? Hell yeah. FM oscillator. FM os. We'll call this Atmo Maker 9000. Sound good? Sound good. Cool. So we did some basses, we made some pads and some atmospheres and stuff. Is there anything else that you all would like to see me do? Anything else you guys would like to see? Just not drums today. I don't feel like doing drums. Anything but that. Ain't no drum about it. Don't feel like doing that shit. What happened to chat? There was like 20 people in here. You guys were all like shooting it up, chopping it up. And now I'm by myself, talking to fucking nobody. What happened? Where you at? Thinking? You don't have time to think. I'm over here grasping at straws and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, fuck. Character lead? What the hell? What? What? What is a character lead? Oh. You're confused. I'm confused. What? Huh? The fuck? What's going on here? What is a character? What is character lead? But like what even what the hell is even that? What gives a lead character? A movie? Duh. I mean, to me, like, leads are just bases, but a higher register. But typically speaking, like, if I was going to do one, I usually go for this. Let me see here. Just, I don't know, find some shit. If I were to go for a lead, it would be something like that. I really like the dystopian type of sounds, which is not really all that different than what I was making with the atmospheric stuff, but just different distortions and stuff. Oh, that's interesting. That's like the opposite. So something like that would be like a simple distolene. But I mean, if you're talking about like, I don't know, like dubstep leads and shit, just fucking take a waveform and add some FM to it and make it mono, you know? Uh, I don't know, it depends. What's the follow-up question after that? I suppose you can always do stuff like this where you introduce something like this and then you have like an LFO or something that can introduce like vibrato. So if you turn this on, you can be like, interested to see how you'd go about making square to the power of 4? Huh? Brother, what? Explain. Explain. How would I make rhythm? Produces a comb square overused in rhythm. Is that like a serum table or something? Oh, from Reason? So if I were to make the table like that, uh, okay, so one thing I could do is I can start from a saw wave. Then over here, I can morph this into a square, kind of like so. Spink. Wait, 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 wait. Saw wave. Yes. Square wave. Yes. Then morph. There we go. Because Maelstrom replayed wavetables with slightly stretched. Yeah, yeah, it's a grain table. I'm aware. So, I mean, we have a comb filter that's built into this already, which is kind of cool. So we can kind of just let it tear and warp it and change the phase over time. Which is kind of interesting. Interessante. So this is just purely based off of what you all were talking about, of having a mixture between like a sine wave and a square. Now, if you were to actually ask me how to make rhythm in Faceplant, then it's a lot of this shit. We're like halfway there. And where's my shampoo pack? Laddie, where's my shampoo pack? The game is on. Because Maelstroms would do slightly... Oh, okay. Yeah. There's a snare. This might be loud. I just... What? Where did that come from? How did we get a wheel up? What? Oh, is that the impulse response? I could have sworn that was a fucking a snare. That is so funny. No, it was great. Okay, let me try. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna turn this down. There we go. Fuck. Just copious amounts of distortion over this, along with like a ring mod. Yeah, see? It needs a big like whoosh. Let's do this again, but be a little more subtle about it. Okay, that is not subtle. Oh my yikes. No. Maybe. Sorry. I mean, I'm pretty close, right? For like the rhythm sound, just off the top of my head. I guess I was going for more of the like Space Laces kind of sound, but this would be one way that I would explore that. The big trick that I remember from watching from Space Laces was putting a snare as a convolution reverb and letting that just kind of like shotgun and then distorting the fuck out of that. So that's kind of where that comes from. Yikes. And then if it were to be like a machine gun bass or whatever, I would just like not even do this. I would take a piece of percussion and just distort the shit out of it. But yeah, that's one thing. I think I've got some other basses that I've done that are supposed to be in a similar spirit to that. Simple one shots. Curse Diva, Gundam, Prussian, Reduvia, Screech Roar. Let me see what this is. I think it is this. Yeah, so there's that. Kind of same deal where you just take a snare and just blow it out of the water with stuff, and then you support it with a sub under. But it's so fucking loud that I think I turned it down on purpose. That is so quiet. You kind of need that intermodular distortion to like pull that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? To get that like just stupid crush sound. Yeah, those aren't my kinds of sounds though. It's nice to be able to know what goes into that, but it's not my thing, you know. Is there anything else that you all want to see? I'm not in a rush to go, but up-tempo kick sounding ass. We could do like I haven't done that in a while. We could do turn down for your safety. Yeah, no kidding, Ian. Fuck. We could do like a gabber kick, or not a gabber kick, but like a hard style kick. Let's do another one here, but faster. So something that I realized about this particular thing is a couple of things, but I'll show you in a second. The first is just like getting some insane distortion through here. And then once you have that, you actually make a phone resonance like this. Like if you all have used like, what's it called? Pro Q, and they have the phone preset. And then we distort that again. Then I think that we start running this through like insane EQ shapes as well. Just like other shit like this. And then one thing that we need to do with this is this. There we go. I think that these need to be tighter slopes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's more of what I'm looking for here. See how it has that kind of like weird formanty sound? I might have to refer back to the one that I made a while ago, but I do at least have one. We just need that like rah sound. There we go. Yeah, we're getting closer. There it is. Just gonna back off the high end of this a bit because I'm scared of what that's gonna sound like. yeah, I mean the big thing is just creating that thing here and using some clever EQ, and then with this, uh, it's pretty close, right? I feel like people are usually really particular about those hard style kicks and stuff, but I think I'm pretty close. I think that actually sounds better without the OTT and stuff. That's exactly it. Oh God. I should have another one here that I made. I think the other one that I made is better, but is it this one? Yeah, I think this one is a little less bright, but nonetheless very similar. I think this is just yeah, I think that's just made to pull the transient up. But this thing in particular, that's what gives it that sound, because without it, it's just a square, you know? Oh man, I went in on this one. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. And so I think this is the major player. Yeah, that's definitely. I still think the other one is actually better though, now that I think about it. I think this has like some interesting um, texture flavor to it, but it's pretty much the same approach. Art style kick too. I would say maybe on this it needs a little more of that ow, you know, type of thing, but that just comes from the distortion. Yeah. So, I don't know, but yeah. In any case, I don't really have anything else that I want to do today, guys. I had fun though. It was nice just making sounds and shit. I might hang out on the Discord here in a little bit and play some Elden Ring if you guys want to come kick it. Um, but other than that, yeah, I don't know. If y'all like my sounds, check out alchemy.com. I've got everything that I've pretty much made available on the site at some point or another. I should be pretty close to, I don't know, let me see. I think I'm almost ready for the next pack. Because that's what I do every day is I just presets until make presets until I have enough for a pack. Oh wow, I made like 10 sounds today. What the fuck? Crazy. Crazy. May 6th. Let me see when the last time I made a thing was. So April. Maybe not. Maybe I don't have enough yet. That's 21, 26. I've got like 50 presets. I usually do more than that. Take it easy, yeah? Oh yeah? You take no, I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, I don't want to. I guess I'm kind of close, but I would have to go back and make sure that there's also a lot of these other presets that I've made in the past that have a lot more other stuff. Engine thrust, chug, 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 thwack. Yeah, I guess there are these two. Wet reese, noisy roar, crusher. So, I don't know. Oja. Yeah. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. Do me a favor, check out that interview that I have with Golden Child. Maybe Friday or so we'll get back to making some beats or something like that. But I'm experiencing that like burnout and I'm trying to keep things interesting and just do different stuff. So I'm trying to like cycle and mitigate, not wanting to do music and whatever. But it's been cool to just make sounds and all of that. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you. Let's hang out on Discord. I'll be live in a bit after I prepare some lunch, and then we can continue the party there. Much love, guys. I appreciate you. Nah, it's not my thing either, but I just like to know how to do stuff. Justin, are you behind on the chat, perhaps? He's going to have a rude awakening. Yeah, later, guys. Let's party in the Discord. I'll catch you later. Party!